We begin this midday with a major update on the hantavirus outbreak. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Meg West. Andrew Ward has the day off. Federal and state officials giving us a final update this morning following the end of quarantine for all 18 patients in Omaha. Officials also bringing us behind the scenes of the unit this morning. Come take a look. Our reporter Emma Norwood getting the close-up view of the quarantine unit. This is one of the rooms the patients stayed in during their stay at the unit, owned and operated by the University of Nebraska Medical Center. You can find this video in our Now Local News app. Officials giving us a tour of the area where 18 Americans were isolated after being exposed to the deadly virus on the cruise ship. The passengers arriving there on May 15th, some allowed to leave earlier, the last 6 leaving just yesterday at the end of the required quarantine 42-day period on Sunday. Governor Jim Pillen this morning speaking on the handling of the outbreak.
This was the most amazing and the greatest outcome we could have ever asked for. No cases of coronavirus occurred here or in the United States. Highest calling in government is keep us safe, and because of the University of Nebraska Medical Center and the incredible Nebraskans committed, that's what's taking place. So it's
Coming up tonight in our 5 and 6 o'clock news, we take you behind the scenes for a close-up view of that unit, and you will hear what officials are saying in their final update about the outbreak and quarantine. We've been following the hantavirus outbreak and the rush to contain it and bringing you all the updates from every angle through our Now Local News app. These videos you're looking at are just a few of the many ones our team has been uploading. If you want to stay updated, all you got to do is simply scan that code right there on your screen to download our Now Local News app. That's where you'll find everything you need to know about the outbreak and, of course, other big local stories. Time now for a look at your midday weather forecast. We're off to another cool and windy day here in the capital city. Citizen journalist Elizabeth sharing her morning view with us. You can see it's looking quite nice out there with some blue skies. The wind definitely blowing through the tree a bit. Elizabeth tells us the cool breeze made for a nice time outdoors this morning. And let's take a peek out right now outside to see from our Allo Communications cam. It's looking cloudy and, you know, maybe about 71 degrees here at 2 minutes past 11. Let's check in with meteorologist Houston Hall to let us know how the rest of the day is going to play out. Houston?
Yeah, we got a little bit of light rain starting to fall in Lincoln and areas out towards the west. They're right on time. Meg was trying to argue with me, oh, you never said that. And I said, well, Lincoln could see some rain, 11 a.m. lunchtime to 4 p.m. And you can see 60s and 70s for much of us, and we're starting to see a little bit of that light rain. We still got that flash flood warning, which got extended until 2:15, as that's been the big storm just moving down towards the south through this morning, and it's still dropping some decent rainfall a little west of McCook. But no severe thunderstorms have been associated with that ever since the last few hours. There's that light rain moving off towards the east along I-80, moving through Grand Island. Lincoln starting to get in on that activity in the next 30 minutes to an hour. Check out the last 6 hours rainfall. You can see some light rain starting to move into northwest Lancaster County. The bulk of the heavy rain off just a big old band right there, stretching North Platte, west of McCook right there. Temperature-wise, we're looking at the 60s and 70s, the warm spot where the rain has not fell yet. Dew points not too bad, in the winds they could be a little breezy if you find yourself under one of those thunderstorms. There's a look at the rain, should end by about 5 to 6 p.m. And there's a look at Stormcast. I'll show you more in depth in a few.
Well, happening today, LPS is sharing their budget and they want to hear from you. This will be the first time they're sharing the preliminary budget for the 26-27 school year. They'll break it all down during an in-person presentation at the Steve Joel District Leadership Center. The session will also be live streamed and the public is invited to share their comments. There's also a Board of Education meeting today where you can share your thoughts on the budget. They'll be holding sessions throughout the week where you can share in person, and starting tomorrow, there will be an online input form to share thoughts. Developing now, a major lawsuit against several companies for using AI to drive up gas prices. As drivers all over the country deal with record high prices at the pump, a new lawsuit is claiming that some stations are using AI to push up prices even more. ABC's Elizabeth Scholes explains.
At a time when gas prices had been close to record highs, this is a new lawsuit claiming gas stations are potentially driving up prices at the pump even more with the use of artificial intelligence. The suit, filed by a group of consumers in California, accuses companies that operate nearly 2,000 gas stations in the state of using an AI tool called Calibrate. The lawsuit claims that that tool uses an algorithm to automatically adjust prices based on confidential data, potentially inflating the cost of gas by as much as 30 cents a gallon. The lawsuit says that the software is used by at least 6 companies, including BP, Circle K, Marathon Petroleum, 7-Eleven, Albertsons, and Walmart. In a statement, Walmart tells us, "We are reviewing the complaint and will respond appropriately to the court." The other companies or the maker of that AI tool have not yet responded to requests for comment. California does already have some of the highest gas prices in the state. The average price per gallon right now still close to $6 compared to the national average just below $4 a gallon. This complaint says that a single cent increase at the pump can make a big difference for drivers there, costing as much as $134 million per year. So the key takeaway here, we are seeing algorithms set pricing across many more industries like travel, but there are signs that consumers are starting to push back and ask for more transparency. Back to you.
At this hour, Lincoln police need your help finding a local man. Here's a picture of him. 42-year-old Daniel Moorer was last seen around 2 a.m. Monday walking away from a residence near West Millstone Road in Southwest Lincoln. He's about 6 feet 1 inches tall, 200 pounds. He was last wearing a black windbreaker with basketball shorts or jeans. He walks with a limp and has some mental health conditions that require medication. Please call police if you do see him. Breaking overnight, a moment of overwhelming bipartisanship on Capitol Hill, set to change the housing market. The Senate passing a sweeping housing bill. The legislation loosens regulations, restricts corporate investors, and addresses affordability ahead of the midterm elections. Here's ABC's Lionel Moisey.
This morning, an agreement on Capitol Hill addressing one of the most pressing issues of our time, the housing shortage. In a rare act of bipartisanship, the Senate passing the 21st Century Road to Housing Act, the most far-reaching housing reform legislation in decades.
I don't say this a lot, but today I'm proud to be a member of the United States Senate.
The measure will loosen regulations to encourage more home construction, open up funding to convert abandoned buildings into new housing, and ban Wall Street investors from buying single-family homes so those homes can instead be sold to families.
It unlocks housing supply. When you put more housing supply on the market, more people have a chance to become a first-time home buyer.
The median home buyer in America is 40 years old. The down payment is excruciating to many and puts housing out of reach for them. A record 242 cities in the U.S. now have typical starter homes valued at $1 million or more.
5 Republicans voted against the bill, including Senator Rick Scott.
Well, I don't see how it's going to drive down the cost of housing. Most of the regulations that are impacting the cost of housing is not at the federal level. It's at the local level.
Polls show high housing costs are shaping how Americans feel about affordability, and a recent report showed the extent of the problem, finding a nationwide shortage of 10 million homes. The bill now heads to the House, where it's also expected to pass with bipartisan support as soon as today. It's seen as the most significant housing bill approved by Congress since 1990. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
Right now, Habitat for Humanity in Grand Island is quickly creating affordable housing. And just how fast are we talking? Well, H&H Concrete and Construction posting this time lapse of their crews helping out. This is them laying the groundwork for the 124th Habitat for Humanity house. The Habitat for Humanity there is calling these projects blitz builds. Right now, they're getting one affordable house built every single week. Channel 8's Norwood is finding out how they're doing it and what's driving them to accomplish their mission.
When she gets the keys to her house tomorrow, she is going in ready to be a super confident home buyer.
The Grand Island area Habitat for Humanity is building more than just homes. They're creating a path to stability for hundreds of families.
Homeownership is very difficult now more than ever. So I feel very proud to be able to play a very small part in this awesome work, touching all of these families in this incredibly positive way.
The nonprofit completing its 124th home, marking decades of work aimed at expanding affordable housing in the community. This home going to the Carmona family, and it took only 1 week to complete. For them, it's incredibly special.
She and her 2 sons, their home burned down a couple of years ago. So she was displaced and living with family members for the last however many months. And so this is especially cool for her and her 2 teenage sons to have the keys to their own home.
Habitat homeowners helping build some of those homes, alongside volunteers and local businesses giving their time and efforts. Each finished house is another step towards strengthening neighborhoods and providing so many with a foundation they can build on for many years to come.
I think about a family that worked so hard to get there. We get to celebrate them and celebrate with them at that home dedication. But for that family, it's life-changing. So in the Grand Island area, for us to have built 124 homes, I think you have to think about it in the amount of families. That's 124 families.
Reporting in Lincoln, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
Coming up after the break, a new glance at a controversial debate surrounding college sports. The decision from the NCAA when it comes to eligibility. To extend eligibility would no longer be available, with a few exceptions for pregnancy, military service, and other circumstances. The new model would allow student athletes up to 5 years of competition during a 5-year window that starts their academic year following their high school graduation or their 19th birthday. Exactly how this would be implemented has not been decided, but the NCAA Division I cabinet could make a decision today or tomorrow. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more. Many Americans are suspicious of AI, and hopes for a lung cancer treatment were dashed after clinical trials showed little improvement. Jane King is at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories in today's Wellness Report.
Pfizer's lung cancer treatment failed in clinical trials, or at least it didn't prolong survival rates. The company had expected it would be the first of a new class of drugs that deliver potent cancer-killing compounds directly to tumors, called directed antibody drug conjugates. The drug targeted protein in patients with small cell lung cancer. Well, in July, the FDA will consider the first new ketamine formulation in the U.S. for decades that doesn't have a toxicity seen in previous versions. Here's founder Dr. Jonathan Javitt from the company behind it, NRx Pharmaceuticals.
It's generated concern within the FDA to the point where they don't even allow that preservative to be used in hand cleansers and topical antiseptics.
Cata-free aligns with the MAHA initiatives to remove toxic substances from medicines and supports domestic supply chain priorities with potential 2026 approved drug sales if approved on schedule. Well, in the meantime, over 8 in 10 Americans don't fully trust what AI tells them, and they opt to still explore original sources on their own. A poll of 1,200 U.S. adults revealed 86% are distrustful of AI results. And for 42%, this comes specifically when the AI-generated answers don't show where the answer came from. This was commissioned by WordPress VIP and Talker Research, and 75% of Americans said they find humans much more helpful than AI. From the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Here's your help.
Well, I would hope I'm a little helpful than a ChatGPT or AI. We got some light rain entering, like I said, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we could see some activity continue through the next few hours. I'll show you when and where in a few.
Since the 1800s, June has been devoted to the Sacred Heart of Jesus.
O most holy heart of Jesus, fountain of every blessing, I adore you. I love you, and with lively sorrow for my sins, I offer you this poor heart of mine. Make me humble, patient, pure, and wholly obedient to your will. Sacred Heart of Jesus, I place all my trust in you.
Life never stops moving, so don't miss out on it. Keep KLKN in your pocket. Download the Now Local News app for all the latest from local news, weather, and sports. Be
Right now, another big name is headlining Pinnacle Bank Arena. Country superstar Ella Langley is bringing her Dandelion tour to Lincoln this fall. Langley will perform in Lincoln on Friday, October 30th. The show is part of an expanded leg of her sold-out Dandelion tour, which added more than 20 new dates across the country. Tickets go on sale this Friday, with country artist Gabriella Rose scheduled to join the Lincoln stop as a supporting act.
Now, for your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Houston Hall.
Well, right on time, out towards Aurora. There's a little bit of rain on the roadways. It's sort of in that light form, but notice the winds. Where are they? There's not even a breeze blowing any of these 3 flags out there towards Aurora. What about here? We're looking off towards the west, and this is from our tower cam here at the station. A little bit of a southwest Lancaster County. There's some light rain starting to fall out there on the horizon. We still got this flash flood warning for this 2 counties, Dundee and Hitchcock. This got extended from this morning. Goes until 2:15. As you can just see, that one storm just blew on through, continued its track, dropped about maybe 2 to 3 plus inches. Check out the last 6 hours rainfall. It just dropped down here, and the rainfall estimates right there about 4 inches of rainfall, and that's from about North Platte all the way down towards the south. McCook kind of just missed out on all the rainfall. McCook most likely got about ½ an inch at the most. Taking a look at the state right now, you can see got a little bit of light rain starting to enter northern Lancaster County. A little bit of moderate rain out there just south of Grand Island. And then there's that one thunderstorm. Just look at the track. It just dived right down towards the south. Had these little lines and arrows right here this morning. Still continuing its path. So this activity will continue. It's just going to be one of those gloomy days, cloudy, gloomy, light rain, a little bit of mist sort of through the rest of this afternoon. You can see last 6 hours, we're starting to get some light rainfall starting to enter Lancaster County. Some decent more rainfall out towards the west. Alrighty, let's take a look. Switch to the NAM model as we were using the HER this morning. All right, there's the next few hours, about noon to 1 p.m. All right, got some scattered light rain showers up towards the north. Activity will continue to be light in nature. Really, I think the thunderstorm chances will be more down into Kansas as we go into the rest of this afternoon. As we go into your 2 to 3, there's a little bit of mist is what we'll call that. Very light mist, maybe a rumble of thunder out there up towards O'Neill. Very light in nature. This evening, if you got any plans, I think we'll see some sunshine. Should be a nice evening. Winds on the calm side, temperatures in the 60s. All right, Wednesday morning looks dry, maybe a few sprinkles here and there across the state. Looking at some mostly sunny skies for your Wednesday, but now things will start to get, all right, a little more interesting. Wednesday evening, got any plans? Looks just fine. They're just going to have those periodic, maybe a light sprinkle, but Wednesday evening, all right. But as we go into later Wednesday into early Thursday, we're going to get a system off the Rockies, and that's going to push off west to east. This is Thursday morning, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. You can see that storm right there. It's going to try to die down, but then the low-level jet will ramp up. There's Thursday afternoon. Storms out towards the west. A wind and hail threat. Maybe a few isolated storms out here. All moves towards the east Thursday afternoon, and then by Thursday evening, right on there. We'll see if this verifies, but most likely it might be shifting down towards the south with a few models. But Wednesday, there is a slight chance and then a marginal chance for some severe weather late into Thursday. Here's the precipitation chances all the way through Friday morning. Notice about maybe 3 to 4, 5 inches down here towards the southwest. The rest of us, all right, looking at about maybe ½ an inch to an inch. Where they need it the most, they're going to get it in the next 48 hours. 71 out there, dew point of 60, pretty comfortable. Not too bad of a day to get out and enjoy. Where's the rain? Temperatures lower 60s. 71, 71, 74 in Omaha. Dew points hanging in there, that's for sure. There's a look at the radar. Light rain starting to move into Lincoln, and then that thunderstorm moving on towards Kansas. Precipitation chances just dies down after 5 p.m. Temperatures staying in the low to mid 70s for the rest of this afternoon. 62, light rain tonight. We'll look at the lower 60s right there near average. All right, this weekend, the heat returns, upper 80s, low to mid 90s, and then we'll keep that pattern all the way through next week.
All right, thank you, Houston. Still to come on Channel 8 News Midday, a heartbreaking turn in the search for Nancy Guthrie. The new information officials say her alleged kidnappers are disclosing. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Meet Lincoln's Deal Detectives at
Long search for Nancy Guthrie. The investigation into the disappearance of the mother of NBC Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother Nancy taking a new turn. A new note believed to be from her kidnappers revealing she died shortly after her abduction. Reed Binion has details.
New revelations about the abduction of Nancy Guthrie, the mother of NBC Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie. According to law enforcement sources briefed on the investigation, a note sent to media outlets in February after Guthrie disappeared said she had died. It came after an earlier note demanding millions of dollars for ransom. Investigators believed both notes were legitimate communications from the person or people responsible for the kidnapping.
The first note, which comes from the same source as the second note, had certain details about the home.
According to law enforcement sources, in the second note, the kidnapper or kidnappers said they did not mean to kill Nancy Guthrie, but that she died shortly after being taken from her home near Tucson, Arizona.
Basically said, you're not going to hear from us again. You know, our business is done. Sorry it worked out this way.
At the time, the family responded with an emotional video on February 7th. The contents of the second note were known to CNN and a Tucson, Arizona television station's local news department that received both notes.
At the request of the FBI and at the request of the family, kept the contents of the note confidential.
Now, more than 20 weeks since Guthrie was reported missing on February 1st, the Pima County Sheriff's Department says the investigation remains active and ongoing. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
We have a lot more coming your way this midday, and that includes a final update on the hantavirus quarantine in Omaha, what officials are saying about Nebraska's handling of the containment effort.
Right.
Welcome back. We have a major update on the hantavirus outbreak. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and thanks for being with us. I'm Meg West. Andrew Ward has the day off. Federal and state officials giving us a final update this morning following the end of quarantine for all 18 patients in Omaha. Officials also bringing us behind the scenes of the unit this morning. Come take a look here. We've got our reporter Emma Norwood getting the close-up view of the quarantine unit. This is one of the rooms the patients stayed in during their stay at the unit, owned and operated by the University of Nebraska Medical Center. You can find this video in our Now Local News app. Officials giving us a tour of the area where where 18 Americans were isolated after being exposed to the deadly virus on the cruise ship. The passengers arriving there on May 15th, some allowed to leave earlier, and the last 6 leaving yesterday at the end of the required quarantine 42-day period on Sunday. Governor Jim Pillen this morning speaking on the handling of the outbreak.
This was the most amazing and the greatest outcome we could have ever asked for. No cases of a coronavirus occurred here or in the United States. Highest calling of government is keep us safe, and because the University of Nebraska Medical Center and the incredible Nebraskans committed, that's what's taking place. So it's
Coming up tonight in our 5 and 6 o'clock newscasts, we take you behind the scenes for a close-up view of the unit, and you will hear what officials are saying in their final update about the hantavirus outbreak and quarantine. We've been following the hantavirus outbreak and the rush to contain it and bringing you all the updates from every angle through our Now Local News app. These videos you're looking at are just a few of the many ones our team has been uploading. If you want to stay updated, you can simply scan that QR code you see on your screen to download our Now Local News app. That's where you'll find everything you need to know about this specific outbreak and other big breaking local stories. Now let's take a look outside through our Honda of Lincoln cam. It's 11:31 a.m. and about 71 degrees. And we're going to get an updated forecast from meteorologist Houston All. Houston, I needed a sweater this morning. Is that going to continue?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's going to be one of those days where it's going to be like a spring day. It's going to be cloudy. It's going to be a little chilly. Temperatures not even going to reach the 80s, maybe some spots the 70s. Still got that flash flood warning. This was a very interesting system. This thunderstorm has started around 2, 3 a.m., just dived down towards the south, and it's now moving into parts of Kansas. But check out the rainfall over the last 6 hours. It just went through North Platte, a little bit west of North Platte, and then missed McCook, but all of that rainfall estimate, about 2 to 4 inches of rain. And then off towards the east, towards Kearney, starting to get some rain, as that's what it looks like right now, that yellow. Going to be some decent moderate rainfall. Lincoln starting to get in on some of the action on some of that lighter rainfall. That's really what it's going to be the further east you are, as high pressure is currently into parts of Iowa, limiting our rain chances. We're in the 70s where the rain hasn't really began. Where there is rain, temperatures in the lower 60s. It's summertime. Check out the dew points, not too bad, hanging in the lower 60s. There's the rain storms. The winds are about out of the southeast, 10, 20 miles per hour. McCook, Broken Bow. Our precipitation chances will start to peak up here and then all the way through about 5 p.m. Then they should die on out. There's a look at that. There's about 1 to 2, then 3 to 4. Then we should be all right as we go into this evening. That's not it. We have more chances as we go into this week. Show you that main weather.
Hey, thanks, Houston. Right now, a local group has a solution for the summer job squeeze. Many teens looking for work and are coming up empty. According to ABC, a new report predicts employment for 16 to 19-year-olds could fall to its lowest summer level since the government began tracking the data in 1948. The reason? Fewer entry-level positions along with competition from older workers, leading to a tougher time for teens to land a job.
There is this gap in how many openings there are for some of those entry-level jobs. There are just not as many jobs that people are applying for.
But that's not necessarily the case everywhere. For example, here in the capital city, youth employment has been trending upward in recent years. So while national reports show a tougher job market for teens, Channel 8's Danielle De Silva found why Lincoln may be bucking the trend. Danielle?
Renisha Love is the operations manager for the American Job Center of Lincoln, a federally funded program helping young people ages 16 to 24 get their foot in the door of the workforce through paid internships and career support.
So we really want it to be real life experience. We don't want them just, sitting there organizing or, just kind of that minimal stuff. We really want them to be doing something that's going to allow them to gain the experience, gain the skills that they can use in the next steps of their career.
AJC partners with the city through the mayor's youth employment program, offering job opportunities across many city agencies like Parks and Rec.
So if they know what they want to go into, we will try to place them in an area that they're interested in so they can put that on their resume, gain that experience.
And for those who don't know what they want yet, their career planners like Kayla Brown use assessments to help them figure it out.
That would be great, actually. That'd be fantastic. A little bridge, just a little hop and a little push to get to that next step. I'm able to give them information for, say, SNAP, for instance, to get them a little additional support so that they can kind of stop worrying about their barriers and work on getting employed.
Currently, they have 30 interns dispersed at businesses like the Bay, Kawasaki, and Innovation Campus through UNL.
We're also giving them weekly workshops, which they're required to attend as part of the program.
Intern Holly puts in 30 hours a week at AJC and says the help she gets is making a difference in her goal to become a digital marketer.
A lot with the workforce administrator, Dylan Wren. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm seeing, but I really don't understand it. He'll kind of sit down with me and take time out of his day to explain and show me what I need to learn.
Her message to youth her age?
Saying they can help you no matter what you're trying to do. And if they can't, they'll point you in the right direction.
Danielle Da Silva for Channel 8 News.
Developing now, Lincoln police need your help finding a local man. Here's a picture of him. It's 42-year-old Daniel Moore, who was last seen around 2 a.m. Monday walking away from a residence near West Millstone Road in southwest Lincoln. He's 6 feet 1 inches tall, 200 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black windbreaker with basketball shorts or jeans. He walks with a limp and has some mental health conditions that require medications. And just minutes before coming on the air, we got a notification from police saying that his facial hair is now a goatee, not a beard like the one that you see. We'll get some updated photos, of course, on our Now Local News app, and call police if you do see him. And Seward County commissioners considering a proposed moratorium on data center development. Supporters say a pause would give county leaders more time to study the potential impacts of large-scale projects, including water use, power demands, and land development. If approved, Seward County would join a growing number of communities across Nebraska that have temporarily halted data center projects. Still ahead this midday, big project update. How work is progressing for a massive plan to improve water access for the community in Fairbury. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the Hot Tub Summer
Developing now, a major water project is officially underway in Fairbury. It's a multi-year effort designed to expand the city's water capacity. Work is happening in several locations, including along Highway 15 and at Crystal Springs, where crews are installing new infrastructure and preparing for a temporary treatment facility expected to open in August. City officials are asking drivers and pedestrians to use caution near construction zones. Well, Chevron and Microsoft are partnering on a new data center, and farm production costs are expected to hit record highs in 2027. Here's Jane King with your Ag and Energy Report.
The USDA's new 2027 cost of production forecast reveals farmers may not see meaningful relief from elevated production costs anytime soon. The projections show total production costs continuing to rise for most major crops. American Farm Bureau Federation economist Faith Parham said 2027 projected production costs are not being driven by fuel and fertilizer, but rather by higher prices for seed, chemicals, repairs, labor, and cash rent expenses. While top NVIDIA executive says water concerns surrounding data centers could be largely addressed by the company's next generation of AI infrastructure. Data centers are facing growing scrutiny for their use of energy and water. Because NVIDIA's coolant liquid can operate at higher temperatures than previous systems, the data centers may be able to rely less on the chilling equipment that uses large amounts of water. Lucid Motors is laying off 18% of its workforce, about 1,500 employees, just 4 months after the EV maker cut 12% of its staff. The company said it's also eliminated the second shift of EV production at a factory in Arizona. The cuts are part of a bid by Lucid's new CEO to simplify the company. And a new data center in Texas called Project Kilby is expected to consume nearly 2.7 gigawatts of electricity. That's equivalent to about 2 million homes. A majority of the electricity will come from large gas turbines provided by Chevron partner GE Vernova. Chevron expects that data center will start receiving power in 2028. From the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King with your Ag and Energy Report.
Now, for your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Houston Hall.
Well, we do have some light rain falling. Check it out. You can see the raindrops if you look very closely. So there is light rain falling out there. Our ABC seamless cam, pretty quiet, just a whole lot of cones, and you got that black roadway and you got some white roadway here. It's looking good out there. And out towards Aurora, oh, there we go. We got a breeze. Yeah, about 10 minutes ago, the flags were as calm as could be, but now there's a little rain shower moving on through, bringing us a little bit of winds out towards Aurora right now. There's that storm that just now moved out of here, out of Nebraska, but still, that's where the bulk of the rain has been. So a flash flood warning for Dundee and Hitchcock until 2:15. Check out the rainfall estimates in the past 6 hours. It just missed McCook. McCook most likely probably got a quarter to half an inch. And North Platte, the western half of North Platte, probably got a decent amount. We're talking about 2 to 4+ inches. And take a look. That was that one storm that just dived down towards the south. That really started this morning as like 3 a.m. and it just took its path all the way towards the south. That was the severe weather for today, if you can believe it. Right now, we just got some moderate rainfall right there, just going across I-80. Grand Island, yeah, they saw a little bit of a moderate rain shower. Here in Lincoln, we're starting to get that rain, as you just saw. But check out the rainfall estimates the past 6 hours. Out there, that was that one storm, it just tracked all the way down there. Unreal. But then you can see some moderate rainfall starting to make its way towards the east. And then very, very light rain in Lincoln right now. So through the rest of the afternoon, that's really going to be the sight to see, just that light rain shower, all the thunderstorm activity down into Kansas, really just some scattered rain showers, very light in nature all the way through this afternoon. There's your 2 to 3, even 4 p.m., very, very light drizzle by that time. We'll see some sunshine, I think, by this evening, so if you have any evening plans, it looks very nice, comfortable, sunny skies, should make for a beautiful sunset. As we go into your Wednesday morning, looks good. Mostly sunny skies, maybe a few little raindrops here and there within those clouds, as some of them might be some low-level clouds. Wednesday, mostly sunny. Temperatures will warm up into those 80s due to the sunshine, but Wednesday evening, staying dry. But we're going to have a system off towards the west, which will move overnight Wednesday into early Thursday. That could have some severe weather within it, some damaging winds, some small hail. But going into Thursday morning, it kind of dies on out. And then it tries to attach onto some more energy Thursday afternoon. Notice a line of showers and thunderstorms from about Cherry County to the south off towards the east. And I think we will see maybe a few isolated showers and thunderstorms by Thursday lunchtime. That all moves towards the east. Now, some models do have this further down towards our south. We'll see what happens in the next 24 hours. But that's Thursday afternoon, 1 to 3 p.m. And then by the evening time, it looks like the bulk of that will be in southeast Nebraska. So very interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Wednesday, level 2, level 1, and then Thursday, the threat's still out towards the west. But rain totals, check it out. Where they need it the most, that's where all the rain is going to be. We're in that kind of time period where storms form out towards the west, weaken as they move towards the east. We got a light breeze out there. It's 71, a dew point of 60. Very comfortable. There's all the rain, the 60s. We're still in the 70s. 74 in Omaha is the top temperature. 64 in York. So the rain's creeping in here in Lincoln. There it is right there. So very light in nature, very nice rain. Should die down by about 5 p.m. overnight tonight. A few isolated showers possible. Mid-70s for a summer day. 62 tonight. Light rain showers will occur. Friday, not too bad of a day, just cloudy skies there. We warm up like summer going into this weekend. And then really, I think rain chances look very dull going into next week, just hot.
All right, thanks, Houston. Coming up right after the break, Passion on Wheels. A local nonprofit is sharing their love for classic cars with the community. Learn about the big show they're hosting and how you can join in on the excitement.
It's time to sell.
The Rebels Auto Club, they're bringing an attention to automotive car lovers. One way they're doing that is through their annual car show. The next one is coming up this weekend, and I'm joined now by one of their members, Bill Montz. He's here to talk about just that. Bill, thanks so much for being here today.
Good morning and good to be here, Meg. Thank you very much. Hey, first things first, just want to give you guys a shout out. We appreciate all that Channel 8 does in giving us publicity for the good works that the Rebels do.
Awesome. I'm so glad. Well, we're so glad to join you in that effort. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Rebels Auto Club?
Sure can. We're basically a family-oriented club that does family-oriented things, like the car show this weekend. On Sunday is the prime crown jewel event for us, so to speak. Yeah. It's not uncommon to see folks bring their families to this show. You know, kids throwing frisbees, playing on the playground, that kind of thing. So we definitely encourage that.
Awesome, so fun. And so if someone wants to join the club, how can they go about it?
Well, they can get a hold of myself. I'm sure we can probably post my phone number or my email address.
Sure, yeah.
And that. Also, they can contact any Rebels member.
Awesome, great. And what kind of events? I know we've got this big show coming up. What other type of events do you guys put on?
Well, we do scholarships for students at Southeast Community College, all the campuses that are pursuing a career in auto-related fields such as auto body, auto mechanics, that sort of thing. We've done that for roughly 25 years now.
All right, awesome. That's really cool. Oh, those are some cool cars we're showing up there. Do you have a favorite car?
All of them.
All of them. That's a good answer.
That's the best answer I can give.
That's the best answer you can give for sure. Tell me a little bit about the nitty-gritty details about the event coming up.
The car show will go on rain or shine.
Okay.
It is this Sunday. Registration's at 8 o'clock in the morning till 12 noon. The car show, I shouldn't say car, I should say the show. It involves all kinds of vehicles, motorcycles, boats, whatever you want to bring out.
Yeah.
The show will go on rain or shine, and we'll definitely be listening to Channel 8 weather.
Yeah, we will.
Just so we know what's going on, we encourage everyone attending to do the same.
That's amazing. And what kind of cars do you expect maybe to show up on Sunday?
Oh, golly. That's, how much time do you have?
Right, okay. So if you could think of one car maybe you're expecting to see that you're excited to check out?
I don't know if I want to go on record as saying that.
Okay, never mind. I like it. I like it. Totally unbiased.
Especially as the vice president of the club. I don't want to go on record saying that.
I love that. And it's at Pioneer Park, correct?
Yes, that's correct. It'll be, if folks are familiar with that area, it'll be just west of the Native American smoke signal statue that's out there. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Folks will start lining up probably as early as 7 o'clock for the 8 o'clock registration. So my advice, get there early. Stay late, have a good time. Should be fun for all.
Awesome. We encourage you to go out and join Bill and the Rebels Car Show. We've got more coming up. Stay tuned. Upgrade is set to bring massive change to the aviation industry. The FAA is rolling out an artificial intelligence system for the nation's airspace. The AI upgrade aimed at reducing delays and cancellations. ABC's Michelle Franzen is in New York and has those details.
The nation's airspace is getting an overhaul. The FAA is unveiling a new system using AI.
The largest overhaul in aviation since the jet age.
In a promotional video released by the Transportation Secretary, the upgraded program is designed to predict weather and adapt flights in real time.
Hello to Smart, the revolutionary technology upgrade that fixes your trip before you even pack your bags.
The government awarded the multi-million-dollar contract to Airspace Intelligence, or ASI, the company behind the state-of-the-art AI software. The FAA says it will analyze data to reduce delays and cancellations and boost airline on-time performance. The smart system is also expected to help increase airspace capacity. The updated system would improve the national airspace system, which the FAA says is very safe, but outdated and limited when it comes to anticipating the number and timing of forecasted flights due to weather, airport runway closures, and other issues. The FAA looking to improve performance at airports due to the air traffic controller shortage at many airports across the country. Travelers over the past year have faced growing delays and cancellations due to weather or issues with airline online computer systems.
There's a lot of frustration.
And the recent government shutdown also leading to long lines at security checkpoints due to a shortage of TSA workers.
The FAA says it plans to start implementing the new system this fall. Michelle Franzen, ABC News, New York.
And here's a live look outside from our Shones roofing cam before we go to break. It is approximately 11:56 and 71 degrees. We'll be back in a minute.
Figuring out how to juggle work and take care of Mom was a puzzle. But once I found Synergy Home Care, everything fell into place. It was everything she needed and just what I needed too.
Jensen is now open at 204th and Q. Get grand opening deals at all 23 locations. Save up to $280 on Goodyear, Cooper, Continental, and more. Plus, get $25 off an AC recharge. Visit JensenTireandAuto.com today.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we'd love to see you at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
Our menu is handcrafted to have something for everyone.
Everyone.
My favorite, the Butter Burger Deluxe.
Definitely cheese curds. Chocolate frozen custard. From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We'll make all your favorites fresh.
Fresh.
Fresh, just for you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Most lawyers who market for personal injury cases have literally never taken an injury case to trial. The insurance industry knows that Friedman Law has the experience and know-how to present evidence in a jury trial, and that we're not afraid of taking cases to trial when necessary. Before you hire any lawyer for your injury case, ask them how many jury cases they've actually handled. You'll be stunned at the answer. Call Friedman Law, 402-476-1093.
My hobbies have changed over the years, but I still love my gadgets.
Some light rain through about 4 p.m. and then nice evening.
All right, thanks so much, Houston, and thank you so much for watching today. We had a great time with you, and we'll be back at 4:30 for our evening newscast. We'll see you then.
Founded and operated by American veterans and patriots, we bring a warrior ethos to every case. We are Barry Law.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.
With Spectrum, this summer I'll never miss. Never miss Brazilian flair.
I feel incredible.
German grit. Argentinian passion. Or good old American hustle.
Because with Spectrum TV, I've got over $100 worth of my favorite streaming apps included at no extra cost with live TV. And with Spectrum Internet, I've got the best experience to stream live sports. I never miss.
ABC's lifetime seamless steel roofs lock out the harshest weather and provide permanent maintenance-free protection for your home. Protecting your home starts at the top. Learn more at abcofnebraska.com.
Discovery Day Camp is back at Morrill Hall. We cover natural history and science topics for K2 and 3rd, 5th. Register today at museum.unl.edu/camps. See you then.
Stay ahead of the storm with Rusty Dawkins at 4:35.
It's time for GMA 3. Massive inferno, crews working around the clock to put out the fire at a giant warehouse in Southern